Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry about not having a video for Wednesday. Things got a little crazy with the holidays, so I do apologize for that. So today I thought it was a good idea to go over the Walt Disney World website and give you guys an idea about how you use the website and where things are. So this is the main page that you'll get to when you go to the Walt Disney World website, and I will include a link in the description. So if you are planning a trip, you can just follow that link to the website. So it is a fairly straightforward, easy to understand website. You have your general, headers over here. You have an area right here if you want to just price out a vacation right away. And then if you go down, you'll have some stuff that's going to highlight different things going on. I'm going to highlight things like the Christmas party right now and other exciting things going on, and new things that are happening, holiday offerings, all that. Then it's going to have things for you to know about. So an app that they've come out with where you can interact while you're on property. And so you're waiting in line at a ride, and they've got little games that you can play. They've got a website where you can actually shop and look at Disney park merchandise, and you can buy it right off of this website. So if you're at the parks and you forgot to buy something and you decided you really wanted it, you can buy it this way. Or if you're just at home and you want to look at stuff, that's right here. And then information about Memory Maker, which we'll go over in a little while. So you can also get the planning video right here, which isn't going to offer you a ton of real information that you don't know by watching a basic overview of anything. It just kind of goes over what all the parks are. But it is a fun one to watch, get you excited about your trips, all of that kind of stuff. So that's right here. You've got your phone number to call if you ever have questions. And then you also have down at the bottom some of the same headings you're going to have up here along with other things in here. So things like the Help Center, frequently asked questions, things like that. But the one that's really good to check down here is going to be your special offers. So we'll go for that in a second. Then you have your social media stuff, another link for the planning videos. And then you also have stuff down here. So if you want to jump to a different thing, so you want to jump to a different park, you would click on this. So we'll open that in a new tab. And then this is going to show you all of their destinations, including their international parks. So if you actually wanted to go to Tokyo, you would click that and let it load. And then it's going to take you to the Tokyo Disney website. So that's here. So that's so if you are looking at a different park, you can get to it here. Other things like DVC, Disney weddings, other things like that. So the first thing we're going to go over is special offers. So you can find that by going down to the bottom like I did. And this is going to go over different offers that are offered at different times of the year from Disney. The top two are going to be the ones you really want to look at. And then you're going to have other things that are always here. So things like Memory Maker is always $30 cheaper if you buy it in advance, but they put it down here because it adds the idea that there's more discounts available. Things about saving money if you are a Disney Visa holder, things like that. So there are things in here that you could certainly look at, but normally your best thing is to look at these two. So we're going to look at this one, for example. If you're looking at going during that time period, it's going to offer you the highlights. So it's going to tell you what the highest % discount is, and then when you need to be going to book that discount. So then it's going to show you click down, it's going to show you the discount for different hotels. So if you're staying from the 1st of January to the 27th of April, you're going to save 25%. But if your stay is in this window, then you're going to be saving 20%. So you've got that kind of stuff, and you can go through and you can see that different resorts are going to have different discounts. And then it's going to give you important details. So this is going to be things like additional charges if you have more adults in a room than two. Cannot be combined with any other discount or promotion. That is always going to be the case. You can never get two Disney discounts together. And then it's going to include the discounts that are the room types that are not included. These are pretty standard. So normally so you can see it's right here. It's 9 times out of 10. I don't think I've ever seen discounts that include things like the campsites, 3-bedroom villas, normally whatever the new villas are, so the cabins at Copper Creek. The Little Mermaid standard rooms at Art of Animation are almost always excluded, and then the bungalows at Poly. So these are going to be things that they're going to always list them here, but most of the time, 9.9 times out of 10, these are all going to be excluded from discounts because they're either very popular, or in the case of the campsites, the rooms are already so cheap they don't like to discount them anymore. So that's how you do that, and then you can go here and go to offer details, and this is going to give you more of a breakdown, and then you can check availability, and then you would go in, put your dates that you want to travel. So we'll go with what's already set in here. 2 adults, 1 child, and you do have to put the child's age in because age does affect park ticket costs. And then you can say you want to see it for all resort hotels, and you wait for it to load. And then it's going to show you how much it's going to be per night at different resorts for those dates that you've put in. Okay? And then it's going to show you like this. So Pop Century is all full for those days for the room offer. All Star Music's full. All Star Movies, All Star Sports. So you're going to see stuff like that. And then if you can see, so the bungalows aren't included, so they're just going to have that listed as normal. So, and as you can see, that's why the campsites are never included. They're already pretty cheap. That's gonna be the cheapest way to do a Disney trip and to stay on properties, to use their campsite. So they don't tend to offer discounts. So going on the top, so we have parks and tickets. So this is going to give you a brief overview of every park. We'll just click one so that you can get an idea of what it looks like. So it's going to give you your location, and then if you select a certain day, it's going to tell you when the park is open, and if there's any ticketed events or if there's extra magic hours, it's going to list that here. It's going to, so right now it's showcasing some of the holiday offerings, and of course we also have stuff coming up to celebrate Mickey's 90th birthday, so that's going to be here as well. And then you're going to get into the general stuff. So you're going to get into attractions and rides. So you click on that, and it's going to give you a list of every single ride at Magic Kingdom. It's going to tell you where you can meet characters normally, what your dining and restaurant options are, and then what special events and tours are going on. So this is a nice way if you're looking for something specific for that park. You can go this way with it. You can also then open up the map down here, as you can see. And just like our map tours, you can go through here on your own and explore things if you want to get a better idea of things. This is actually one of my favorite things to do, is to just kind of zoom in on the map and just scroll around and look at things and get an idea of things and kind of get immersed in the park. And it's also great because then when you go to the park, you have a better idea of it and you're a little bit more confident because you've been playing around on the map long enough. You have a better feel for things. So that's what's going to happen if you click on one of the parks. And then, of course, you can always open the gallery. A lot of things are going to have these. Of course, they take a while to load. And so then that would show you different pictures. So you've got that for all the theme parks. It's going to be a similar thing for the water park. And then you have admission. So this is where you're going to go to buy tickets. So if you want to buy tickets for something like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, if you want to buy water park tickets, that kind of stuff, most people are going to be checking on the theme park tickets. Now there are other websites that do sell discounted tickets, and we'll do a whole video about different ways to save money and different things that I've done and that are very popular to save money. So right now we're just going to assume you're buying regular tickets through Disney for whatever reason. So we're going to go and we're going to look at one park per day tickets. So this means that each day you're going to only be able to go to one park. So you can't spend the morning in Magic Kingdom and then go to Epcot. But for a lot of people this works, especially if you're on a shorter trip. You're not going to really have the time to park hop because you're going to want to spend a whole day in one park because you do lose some time through transportation. It can be very fun to park hop if you have the time and the money to do so, but it really isn't critical. One of the things that a lot of people will ask is, well, if I buy a 7-day ticket, but I'm only going for 5 days, does that mean that on 2 of those days I can park hop and use 2 of those days of tickets to park hop? And the answer is no. You can't, there is no way to circumvent the system like that. You do have to buy Park Hopper to park hop. There is no way around that. So, as you can see, you'll select the number of days you're going. So say you're going for 6 days. And that's going to tell you what the lowest per day cost is going to be. So one of the things that is new for Disney World is priced per day tickets. So as you can see, it's cheaper to go on some days compared to others. So it's cheaper to have a ticket start on the 4th than the 24th or the 25th. The reasoning that Disney gave was that this is to help redistribute crowds and to make certain days less busy, or to take the pressure off of more busy days, with the idea being that, well, if I can go this week or this week, well, I'll go the week that it's cheaper to go. For the most part, a lot of people are going to have set days that they can travel, and it's really not likely to affect crowds that much. And unfortunately, this is following in a trend by Disney to charge more for the same thing. There has been a lot of price increases over the last 5 years. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is going to be an honest channel, and I'm going to tell you guys the good and the bad. And the bad is that Disney is starting to look a bit greedy. I'm going to be honest. They are constantly increasing prices. They are constantly doing budget cuts. And it's starting to feel like the bottom line is the most important thing to them. And it probably is. But those colors are starting to show more than they used to. So, you know, if you can change your days and get there at cheaper times, then that's great. And that's going to save you a lot of money. But for some people, that's just not possible. So, if we're going to pretend that you can choose your days, you pick a week like this because that's going to be your cheapest time. And then you can see that, so if you choose the 21st, you can go any day between the 21st and the 29th. So you have this full week to go. You do not need to go day after day after day. You can certainly take a break in there for a few days if you want to go to the water park, if you want to have a day off, anything like that. So the one thing that's really important to note about this, and a good tip, is if you are thinking about going and you're looking at a certain range of dates, you're arriving, say, on the 18th, and you're only staying for the weekend, Well, you can choose your first day as Thursday, even though you're not going to get there till Friday, and use this cheaper ticket day to save you a few dollars. Sometimes this is more helpful than others. This month, it's not a huge difference. But that is something that you can do, is that because it's valid any 6 days from January 27th to the 25th. And so just because you have your start date here doesn't mean that you have to be in the parks on this day. You can have your first park day be this day. So that's a good thing to know. And then you would go through and choose the number of tickets you need and all of that kind of stuff. You're also going to find important details here. So it's going to give you important information. Also, so you do need to use it within this time frame. If you have extra days left after this, that's too bad. They've expired. You can't get them back. So that is important to know, that you do need to use these tickets through that day. You can't buy a 7-day ticket if you're going to be going 3 days this month and 4 days next month. You do need to use all 7 days at one time if you're buying a 7-day ticket. So then you would go through and you would check out that way. So if you're buying 2 tickets there and 1 ticket there, it's going to tell you, and then you would continue on and check out. So that's how you purchase tickets. In terms of places to stay, it's going to go through all of the different resort hotels. It's going to talk about other things, and then it's going to talk about other hotels that are on property that aren't connected to Disney, but are on Disney property. So hotels over by Disney Springs. Ones we really haven't talked about a lot are Dolphin and Swan. They're kind of in a weird category. So these are actually over by Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And they're run by Hilton and Sheraton. And they're kind of a weird mid-ground. So most of these resorts that are not run by Disney do not have Disney transportation. They don't have all the perks that come with staying with a Disney hotel, so extra magic hours, Magical Express, getting a free magic band when you book, things like that are not included if you're staying at a non-Disney hotel on Disney property, like the ones in the Disney Springs area, and then there's also a Four Seasons. However, Swan and Dolphin are kind of a mid-ground. They do get Disney transportation to all of the parks, and sometimes they're included in other offers, and sometimes recently Disney has even extended that stuff to other hotels that are in the Disney Springs area. But it does vary a bit. So you may not get all of the same perks as you do when you stay at a Disney hotel, but that's kind of up in the air. The one thing that is nice about these hotels and the other ones are that you can use normal hotel search websites like Trivago to find discounted rates for them that you really aren't going to find for the Disney resort hotels, because Disney really controls the prices on these. So if you want to look at a place to stay, you would click the resort category you want, or you can look at all of them. You can see it's still going to show you the discount that's being offered, and you would click on the hotel you're interested in. And then it's going to give you an overview, which is going to give you some of the nice things that are offered, that kind of thing, information about where it's located, if you need the address for driving. It's also going to list dining and recreation and other amenities, and then it's going to show you your room rates. So then it's going to show you the different styles of rooms, so garden view, standard, pool, that kind of stuff. And that's all based off of the view you have when you look out your window, which is going to be right here. And then you can go and get a few pictures and get an idea of what that room is going to look like. So that's a nice thing. You can also go to overview and see some general pictures of the resort as a whole, so you really get an idea of what the resort is like. So that is going to be your stuff for places to stay. Things to do, excuse me. You're going to have all dining, and this is a great way to check out different restaurants when you're trying to decide where you want to eat. So you click on whatever restaurant you're looking for. You can go under here and say you want to eat at Disney Springs. You can select that. And then you're looking for a restaurant you want to eat on, say, the 24th. And you're going to have dinner, and there's going to be 3 people in your party. You can search times this way. And then for all of the sit-down restaurants that are going to require a reservation, they are going to pull up your time options. So, looks like we have a problem going on, unfortunately, so we're going to exit out of this search. But you can kind of see it's starting to load up. So that's going to show you your different time options. Here we go. So, for some reason it didn't save the Disney Springs portion of that. So we're just going to add that back in. And then it's going to go through, and these are going to be in alphabetical order. So say you want to go to Chef's Arts Homecoming at 5:20. You would select that time, sign in, and grab that reservation. You can also open up any of the dining options. Look at a gallery that's going to show you some food pictures. Open up the menu. And then that's going to give you an idea of what your options are going to be. And then you can click brunch, lunch, or dinner. And so it's going to load the different meals depending on what time you're planning on going. So that's how you're going to go through that if you're trying to decide where you want to eat. And then you've got attractions. This is going to list the rides that are at each park. Character experiences. Really the important things here are going to be things like events and tours and spa and fitness centers if that's something you're interested in. So you'd click on something like events and tours. And it's going to load up things, and you're going to see different tours that are offered, the times that they're offered. And then you are going to need to call this number to set up that reservation. So, but that's how you would get an idea of what the different tours are. You can click on it. It's going to give you a description of it. So for the most part, this is a pretty easy to use website. You're going to, once you get the hang of it, it's going to be something pretty easy. You are going to need to set up a Disney account if you're going to make any reservations. And then once you do, it's going to show you, you're going to be able to look at all of your plans in one space. You're going to be able to order your magic bands here if you're staying at a Disney resort. You can add people to your account if you're going on a trip with people that aren't normally in your account, or if you want to add people to your normal account. If you get Memory Maker, this is where you'll see photos. This is another way to reserve dining. Get your fast passes once you're closer. Buy Memory Maker, and then the Disney Parks shopping app. And we're going to see if this is going to load. I've been having problems with this lately, but it looks like it's actually going to load today. So this is a nice way to look at different things. Like I mentioned, if you're looking for things that you didn't get a chance to pick up or something, you can do it this way. So that is all for today. Again, I do apologize for not having a video out for Wednesday, but I hope everybody had a really wonderful Thanksgiving, and thank you all so much for liking and commenting and subscribing. I really appreciate that so much. If there's any questions you have, feel free to leave them in the comments section. And I'm wishing you all a magical day, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.